and thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR Halacha. And here's a brand new halacha for you, and it's for Friday, 6th day of November, the 19th day of Cheshvan. Today, we're continuing with one more law about Tsar Baalei Chayim and the pain that we are allowed or not allowed to cause to animals. And today we enter into the laws of Yoredeya and Shchitah and the shechting of animals. That's the ritual slaughter. Here goes. This is the Shulchan Aruch, and it is in Siman Chaf Ches, that's 28. Chayiv levarech kodem sheyechaseh. You are chayiv to make a bracha before you cover the blood of a bird that you shecht. Asher kiddushanu b'mitzvosav v'tzivanu al kisui dam be'afar. You make the bracha of blessed is God who, etc., who has sanctified us with the mitzvos and commanded us to cover the blood of birds when we shech them. And then the Ramah adds this interesting thing which applies to us. Mi sheshachat pam harishon, someone who shechts for his first time, mevarich Shehecheyanu al hakisui. He makes the bracha of Shehecheyanu for the covering of the blood. Avalo ala Shchitah, but you do not make the bracha of Shehecheyanu on the Shchitah, the mazik liberia, because you're causing damage to a living thing. So according to the psak of the Ramah, we do not make a bracha on Shchitah because it involves killing. You know we're on this, it's an extension of yesterday's where we discussed, do you make a bracha when you buy a fur coat or put on a fur coat? But on Shchitah he says no, because that is damaging the animal. Not necessarily that we're inflicting extra pain, mind you, but we are still killing the animal, so there's no bracha of Shehecheyanu. But you do see here that the Ramah is clearly saying that we do make a Shehecheyanu on mitzvos, just not the bracha of Shchitah, because that causes damage to the animal. Okay, but now we're going to veer off topic, and I just want to teach you something else here, and that is if it's really that often that we make brachas of Shehecheyanu on this kind of mitzvah. There are some who say no, and because of that, it leads us into some doubt. Avalim mevarach Shehecheyanu ala mitzvah, kivan de'ina ba mizman lizman. But if you want to make a Shehecheyanu on mitzvahs that don't come from time to time, because look, you know, Hanukkah is some weeks away, we're going to make Shehecheyanu on that. We made a Shehecheyanu on our sukkah. Those are mitzvahs that come from time to time, and their Shehecheyanu seems more appropriate. But like, let's say on tzitzis, you must have tzitzis bebeged shehal yelo mikvar. He already had a garment. Af shaloha about tzitzis me'olam. They never had tzitzis on themselves before, and he puts tzitzis on. Ain't tzarich levarach Shehecheyanu. No Shehecheyanu on that mitzvah. It's not a mitzvah that comes from time to time. V'hu adinim asa tefillin la'atzmo. He made himself tefillin. That doesn't come from time to time. Eino mevarach Shehecheyanu. He does not make the bracha of Shehecheyanu. Interestingly, I'll just end with this. The Biur Halacha says that because it's a bit of a doubt here whether you can make brachas on mitzvahs that come not from time to time, so what should you do? I mean, I am going to make tefillin, or I am going to make tzitzis, or I am going to shech the bird, so what do I do? And it's probably going to make you smile. It made me smile. The Biur Halacha suggests that you have right there with you a new fruit that you haven't eaten in a while, on the first time that you make tzitzis for something, or on the first time that you do a shchita, and look at the fruit. Don't concentrate on it then and do the shchita. Concentrate on what you're doing and make the Shehecheyanu for the new fruit. And it'll incorporate that there's a Shehecheyanu for this mitzvah, which some say gets a Shehecheyanu and some say don't. Not for the shchita, because that causes pain, but if it's the first time covering blood, first time making tzitzis, first time making tefillin. So the Biur Halacha says have a new fruit on hand, and that way you won't have any doubts in your situation. Thanks for logging on. Log on again after Shabbos. Have a great Shabbos. Bye-bye.